Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. It is another beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope that everything is going well for you guys. Um, so, today we are going to be reading chapter 2 out of Sojourner's Path, and so I'm just waiting for everything to catch up as far as on my end. So, while you're waiting, why don't you guys just let me know who's here, and we will see how it is going for you. Let's see. So I'm still waiting for it to wake up. It's awful, the lag time going on right now. So let's see. Let's refresh the page, and that might help. Okay. Should be doing its thing. Yeah, I just really hate watching this thing, so I'm going to stop. And hope that everything is working out. Anyway, thanks, guys, so much for joining me. I'm going to read to you out of this book called Sojourner's Path. It is a new supernatural book that is available for anyone who wants to purchase it on Amazon. So we're going to start with chapter 2. Chapter 2 is, let me see how long chapter 2 is. Pretty good size, so we're going to enjoy a good read today. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. I am still, though, waiting to see things catch up. So let me see here. And, you know, I did this last week, and I had a little bit more luck with it. And right now, it is not liking me. So maybe what I will do, and pardon me for this taking longer than I anticipated as far as fixing it. So hang on just a second. Okay, we're gonna go to the main page and watch live, and let's hope everything is going well. So okay, okay, now I can see everything is working. Okay, now everything's working. So sorry about that little bit of a pause for everything. So today we're looking at chapter 2 of Sojourner's Path, and I'm so thankful that you all joined me today. If you have any questions or whatever, I do have the comment section up. So after I'm done reading, if you have any questions or things you want to ask, go ahead and do so. Okay? Chapter 2. At 6:28 a.m., an episode of a British murder mystery show was about to end. Thank goodness for that, Inspector. Shall we toast to your finer qualities? The actress drawled. As welcome as it was when Allie turned it on, it was equivocally so when shut off. She was staring at the day, knowing it would be rough. How could she stay awake for the meeting with Roger? But how could she sleep after such a horrible night? Her neck was sore and shoulders pinched from sitting upright in a chair until dawn. She could call in sick, but then have to catch up on what she missed, and there was no guarantee she'd be able to finish the quarterly reports on time. I hate being a secretary. Administrative assistant was the PC title. It seemed distinguished on paper, but to her, she was just a glorified secretary, just another way of making the lower-class white-collar infidels feel more important. More PR BS from HR or the CEOs. Slowly, she pulled herself up and reached behind to scratch her back. Another yawn and stretch to get motivated to climb the stairs and get dressed. What a day it will be. Can't wait. Walking to the stairs was just as she thought it would be, sore and painful. That nightmare did a number on her stride. Climbing the stairs was another experiment in torture, yet she made it up to the second floor. In the darkness, it wasn't evident how much havoc the nightmare caused, but in the light of day was another story. Her bedroom looked a picture. Allie stood in the doorway and just stared. Oh my God! And she meant it. Tears formed in her eyes. It looked like a scene from The Exorcist. The only thing missing was pea soup and blood. Broken objects lay on either side of the bed, including the alarm clock, lamp, framed pictures, and a water glass she left the night before. All lay disheveled or in pieces against the adjacent walls. She also managed to pull the sheets off completely. The bathroom garbage was closest. Retrieving it, she leaned against the bed and got on her knees. From there, it was easy to pick up the fragments of glass and broken objects. The difficulty was seeing through tears and wincing from pain as she knelt down. Thunk, thunk, chink, thunk went the broken pieces into the trash. She wiped off photographs and set them aside. After cleaning up either side of the bed, Allie started unraveling the sheets, which were twisted and lumped up. As she did, she found blood she hadn't seen before. She stopped. Frantically, she inspected for cuts, taking inventory of her hands, feet, legs, arms, stomach, face, chest. Nothing. No wounds of any kind. The only thing red on her was the pair of bloodshot eyes. Confounded, she thought, it had to have come from somewhere. There wasn't a lot, but she knew blood when she saw it. In the bathroom, she checked for internal causes of bleeding, but still found none. Her throat was clear, eyes fine, nose, nethers, etc. Not a trace. She sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the floor. Allie looked at her watch after the 5th or 6th time poring over the facts in her mind. 7:45. Still needed to get ready for work and get through crosstown traffic before 9. There was no denying the inevitable and no point in staying home. What would she do anyway? The mystery of the nightmare and its aftermath would have to wait. Working and getting her mind off what happened would help her through the day. In front of her closet, she picked out a black suit and blue blouse. No heels today, just flats. She couldn't find her balance in heels if she tried, and the stiffness had more than set into her muscles. Putting on clothes was another challenge, altogether, as was descending the staircase. Yet somehow she managed. Through many grunts, wincing, and a slow pace, she navigated her way through the house, locking the doors and shutting off the lights before heading to the car. It was a welcome sight. Allie's boss greeted her as she walked to her desk. "Morning, Allie. How's the day treating you?" Dan was the best manager on the sales floor. He didn't tolerate tardiness and was strict on deadlines, but habitually kept dark chocolate in his desk for anyone needing a fix. His smile was crooked from misplaced teeth, but a friendlier one you'd be hard-pressed to find. "Hi, Dan. I'm okay. How was your night?" She smiled as her purse was placed in a desk drawer. "Pretty good. I'm looking forward to breaking ground on that new project with Roger. Do you have the report done on the prospective turnout?" Dan's attention shifted quickly from a smile to concentration on as he viewed emails. He didn't notice her uneven steps and carefully measured gait. "Yup." Allie switched on her computer and gingerly sat down. "That report's heading to your email." "Good," he cooed, satisfied. Dan stared at his screen intensely. Suddenly his chair whirled around to face her because he'll be ready for us on Thursday at 11. Why don't you order lunch and set up conference room 3? Call Gusto's. The menu we had last time sounds good. Only get the fruit plate instead of the Caesar salad this time, okay? Allie reached between her shoulder blades, inside the suit, to satisfy an itch as she took note of his requests. The stretch felt good despite the pain of her stiff muscles. Then she brought up the report Dan asked for. "No problem. Wait, wasn't the meeting with Roger set for today?" "Had to reschedule." "Oh, okay." She was relieved to learn it wasn't a mistake on her part. Allie may not have thought much of her profession, but she did take pride in her performance. "Oh, what time's Stan's retirement?" She pulled up her desktop calendar. "It's been rescheduled for next Thursday at 2, cafeteria." "Good. Glad they moved it. Then we won't be rushing through the meeting. Make sure we get a good conference room." "You got it." Allie started making the preparations for the meeting with Roger over the phone. She liked this part of her job, getting conference rooms ready, ordering lunch, coordinating calls, setting up computers and projectors, but mostly the ability to get away from her desk. which she was chained to for most of the day. She absolutely abhorred the doldrums of preparing forms and working on spreadsheets, which was the bulk of her work. There was a lot of business going on, and the conference rooms were pretty booked up. However, she was able to coordinate with another admin to secure number 3 for Dan and Roger that Thursday. Driving home, Allie was surprised by a phone call from Ty. "Hello?" "Hey, could you come over tonight?" He sounded hopeful. Allie was so tired, she wanted to go straight home. "Ty, I'm really tired. Today was no fun." "That's okay. You don't have to do anything. Just come for dinner, and you can nap on the couch." She heaved a big sigh. "Fine." Ty met Allie at the back door to his home. "Thanks." She grunted. When Ty called, she was looking forward to a hot bath and some takeout. Ty explained the sitter canceled, and they were unable to find another last minute, so he called Allie. At the first, she was annoyed, but when she realized she wouldn't have to spend the evening alone, relief washed over her, and she begrudgingly accepted. As her coat fell from her shoulders, she noticed Ty already had dinner waiting for her on the table. Masala, jasmine rice, and naan bread from her favorite Indian restaurant. He may be a pain in the butt, but he's a good little brother. Ty noticed her reaction of delight. "Who's the man, right?" "It's a small penance. You're just lucky it's Friday." Allie picked up the box of rice and started dishing it onto the ready-set plate. She really enjoyed baiting Ty. "Whatever. You love me." He started taking turns at looking up the stairs and at his watch. "The kids are next door and won't be home till bedtime. All you have to do is tuck them in." "Didn't you go out last night?" she groaned. This was too much fun. "Yeah," he said, then called up the stairs. "Tammy!" A voice called down. "Coming!" "So you still owe me." Allie was now dipping naan bread into the masala. Ty looked up from his watch in disbelief. "Curry's not enough?" "It's a start," she said through bites of deliciousness. "And it's not curry." I ordered her the chicken masala. Hi, Allie." Tammy finally descended the stairs, heels in hand. Allie looked up and smiled through a mouthful. Tammy was a great match for Ty. The woman was grounded and smart. She ran the house covertly, allowing Ty the ability to step out and follow the next opportunity to pursue, whether that be running a marathon or driving to a film festival in the next county, but holding the reins and purse strings. She knew how far to let him go and when it was time to reel him back in. In a similar way, Ty brought Tammy out of her shell. She liked to read and enjoyed her time alone, a little too much. Parties were difficult, and she would steal away to find a place to be by herself when it got too much for her. Ty allowed her time and space to retreat, but not for too long. He'd bound into the room or pull her into a conversations she would naturally shy away from, but all of it was good because she actually wanted to connect with people but didn't know how to initiate. That was Ty's role. "New dress?" Allie asked, admiring her taste. Tammy checked her stocking seams. "Yeah, I'm not much for blue, but I like the neckline." Ty was hanging on to the back door frame to the garage. "Hun, we're gonna be late." Okay. Tammy grabbed her coat and slipped into her heels. "Did Ty tell you when the kids will be home? Did he give you the number of where we'll be?" Allie kept eating, but nodded at the appropriate times, looking at Tammy. She really didn't know if the number was anywhere, but she had Ty's cell, so she wasn't worried about it. In a masala trance, she wouldn't have cared if the woman was telling her where there was buried treasure. "Okay." Tammy picked up a dry erase pen and quickly jotted down a few notes for Allie. A quick "see you later," and the couple left for their dinner date. I'm going to take a drink. Okay. 5 minutes later, Allie was sitting in front of the TV with a very satisfied look. "That was one of the best chicken masalas I've ever had. I need the name of that restaurant. She was embracing her food coma and blissfully forgetting the rest of the day. The evening went as planned. The children arrived home at 8 o'clock. Bedtime was strictly adhered to in the house, so the kids quickly said hello, went upstairs, brushed their teeth, and waited for Allie to tuck them in. This was actually one of the best things about watching Ty's kids. They loved bedtime because their father was really good at stories. They knew the sooner they were ready for bed, the sooner the story would start. Eagerly they sat, waiting to hear some heralding tale or silly story. Allie decided she would fall back on a standard, the Three Billy Goats Gruff. They asked questions, enjoyed the many character voices she used, and were satisfied when the old troll was booted off the bridge by the eldest brother. Then Allie kissed their foreheads and tucked them in bed.
Aunt Allie,
the youngest, Chloe, sat up in bed. Allie stopped in the doorway with her finger on the light switch. Yeah?
aren't we going to say prayers?
Prayers? This is new, thought Allie.
She's scared of the dark,
Zachary piped up.
You too,
Chloe zapped back.
Yeah, whatever. You wet the bed when the dog barks outside.
Feeling this may be about to escalate out of control, Allie circumvented the conversation. Okay. So let's say our prayers. Do you have one you like to say? Chloe was making a pouting, sidelong stare at Zachary, who was smiling under the hand over his mouth. Neither was volunteering, so it looked like if Allie wanted to enjoy the rest of her evening, she was going to have to start the ball rolling. Okay, I'll go. Her little niece and nephew bowed their heads and closed their eyes. Zach peeked out one curious eye at his aunt, who closed her eyes and attempted to pray. Dear God, today was fun. Thanks for, all you give us.
Aunt Allie,
Chloe interrupted. Yeah? She hesitated and finally said,
do you pray a lot?
No, honey, probably not as much as I should. Allie was a little embarrassed that even a child could tell she was struggling. Would you like to pray?
Okay.
Oh, brother, Zachary moaned under his breath. Shh! Allie was already tired of all the fuss. Go ahead, sweetie. Chloe bowed her head and closed her eyes again.
Dear God, thank you for today and that you helped me win checkers. Please keep us safe and send your angels to protect us. And tell Zach I'm not afraid of dogs. In Jesus' name, amen.
Allie looked at her little niece, cracking a smile. The cute factor was overflowing. Good night, guys. She kissed the kids again, tucked them back in before switching off the light and heading downstairs. Allie awoke to it clunking in the kitchen. She smelled coffee and heard small voices asking for cereal. Sitting up, she pushed back the hair falling into her face. A dry mouth and a growing discomfort in the middle of her back, like someone had been kneeling on it, reminded her where she slept. But that wasn't half as bad as the muscles in her calves and thighs, shoulders, and biceps. They let her know the broken state of her bedroom the previous night was accomplished by a great deal of effort on her part. At least she slept through the night at Ty's. No nightmares, no busted-up room. She looked over her shoulder toward the noises waking her and smiled. Ty's family was bristling with energy as they greeted the day, clinking spoons and bowls. The children were quickly making room for their next experiences. Saturdays were their open holiday, a weekly get-out-of-jail-for-free card. That is, if you could sneak out the house before a parent assigned you chores. Zach, did you take the garbage out yesterday? Tammy was on her son's case already. Zachary looked at his mom with a mouthful of cereal and another already on its way to his mouth. Mm-hmm. Really? Then I just imagined the overflowing garbage can in the upstairs bathroom last night. Oh, thanks, home. Tammy looked sternly at the boy over the rim of her coffee cup. Don't talk with your mouth full. You forgot? All right. After breakfast, take care of it, okay? The boy continued to chew and looked down into his bowl. Both Tammy and Ty believed accountability led to strong character. They didn't miss a beat when it came to discipline, careful to balance it with a healthy dose of hugs and encouragement. Where it came from, who knew? To Allie's memory, Ty had been a tempestuous, naughty child, lacking in self-discipline. "Good morning," Allie yawned from the couch. All eyes looked in her direction and then back to their prospective attentions. When Allie sat up fully, a butter stick wrapper fell onto the floor. "Where'd you come from?" she puzzled. "Hey, Ty. I didn't want to wait. Ty and I didn't want to wake you up last night. How'd you sleep?" Tammy called. "Fine." She picked up the wrapper and studied it. "Was the couch lumpy?" "No." Allie stepped across the threshold of the kitchen towards the coffee pot. "Is there coffee?" "Only always. Help yourself." Her right index finger pointed toward the cabinet over her left shoulder as she leaned forward on the counter. Tammy wanted to make eye contact with her youngest before she raced out the door and into the neighborhood looking for friends. "You going to see Sarah?" "Mm-hmm." Chloe beamed at her mom. Such a pretty little girl, all sandy blonde ringlets against melanin-rich skin, wearing pink, blinking at her through hazel eyes, equally beautiful to her mother's mahogany tones and black hair. "Be home for lunch." She received a disapproving look from the girl. "Well, I just thought maybe you and I could hang out later at the mall." The smile, previously vacant from Chloe's face, returned with an even greater pronouncement. The child nodded her head and bounced in the chair, which caused her mother to emulate her actions with equal enthusiasm. As laughter bubbled up in her voice, she said, "Okay, I'll see you later. Go find your friend." Chloe and Zach jumped off their stools, put dishes in the sink, and dashed for the door. "Zachary Joseph, you forget something?" Zach stopped dead in his tracks, swiftly ran upstairs and downstairs with the garbage he was asked to take care of earlier. Chloe beat it to her friend Sarah's house before she too was pulled back into the house. Tammy smiled at her son over the rim of her coffee cup and offered him a sing-song goodbye before he waved and shut the door quickly behind him. "You are living the dream, my friend," Allie said. "In spades." Tammy's eyebrows accented each word as her mouth curved into a smirk. And that is chapter 2. Well, I hope you really enjoyed chapter 2. It is a lot of fun, and if you missed chapter 1, you can go back on my page and find it. It is available for anyone to listen to, so go ahead and check it out. It is a great chapter to listen to, and I will keep these chapters up for as long as anybody wants to watch them and listen to them. And this is all out of the book Sojourner's Path, which you can already see on your screen, the picture of the book there. In the description, you will find a link to the Amazon page where you can find it. And then if there's anything else you want to ask me as the author, please go ahead and do so. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time reading this book to you. I know sometimes that I get a little stumbly on the words, but that's just going to happen in a live read. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if there's no comments, then I will just say goodbye for now.